Hi crypto peeps, hope you're doing well, and today's date is 5th of July 2023 and lots are happening out there. Bitcoin is going up in price. It went up to 31k yesterday. It's down just over 30k today, but doing well as the institutions are getting in there. And to be honest, all the news out there is crypto based towards Bitcoin at the moment. So that's what I've got to show you today. So let's get straight to the news now, shall we? Okay, so my first piece of news here is on Finbold. And it's crypto guru Willy Woo predicts Bitcoin price boom as demand skyrockets. Goes on to say here that although Bitcoin has returned below its $31,000 threshold it had reached earlier, the increase in demand from institutional and professional investors in Bitcoin futures continues. And this is suggesting a price squeeze for the flagship decentralized finance asset could be in store. Indeed, the demand stemming from calendar futures markets, the instrument of pros and institutions, has been one of the major factors dictating the price action for Bitcoin, as the cryptocurrency market specialist Willy Woo explained in a tweet on 4th of July. Furthermore, he noted that even now demand keeps surging, suggesting we are in the early stages of another price squeeze. Notably, as the chart shared by Woo demonstrates, increasing institutional demand in early June preceded a strong upwards price squeeze in mid-June, and this demand has continued to soar. Here's the price chart there. Have a look at that one. He goes on with more detail about this later on here, and there's more charts of that as well. As with all the news snippets we're doing, all I'm doing is reading bites of information. The full news stories are on the links down below, so check them out, read those, and see what you think. Okay, so moving to our next story here is on CoinDesk. Bitcoin no longer is correlated to the US stocks, says crypto analyst firm Blockskulls. The 90-day rolling correlation between Bitcoin and the Nasdaq S&P 500 is now at the lowest level observed since July 2021. Goes on to say here, Bitcoin's fortune is no longer tied to sentiment in the US stock market. The 90-day rolling correlation of changes in Bitcoin's spot price to changes in the Wall Street's tech-savvy equity index, Nasdaq, and the broader index, the S&P 500, has declined to near zero. That's the lowest in 2 years, according to data tracked by firm derivatives analytics firm Blockskulls. Goes on to say here, the fall in correlation has happened as both assets have retraced losses sustained throughout last year's tightening cycle. The dwindling correlation with traditional risk assets means that crypto traders focusing solely on traditional market sentiment and macroeconomic developments may face disappointments. Again, there's more information on that one if that story interests you. Very interesting moves. As I said, it seems to be all Bitcoin at the moment. So my next piece of news here is on Forbes, and Coinbase suddenly surges after reports suggest the SEC is poised to make a game-changing decision that could play havoc with the price of Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and XRP. Crypto exchange Coinbase has seen its share price surge after being named on the refiled spot Bitcoin ETF applications from major asset managers BlackRock and Fidelity. Now, analysts at the brokerage Bernstein have said they think the possibility of a US spot Bitcoin ETF will be approved in its fairly high, and is calling the SEC's opposition to a spot Bitcoin ETF hard to hold. More details on that one here. Bernstein analysts led by Gautam Changuni said that the SEC is likely to soon approve a US spot Bitcoin ETF. And this is according to a report seen by CoinDesk. However, the researchers noted that the SEC has already approved futures-based Bitcoin ETFs as well as leverage-based futures ETFs due to futures pricing coming from a regulated exchange like the CME. More details on that one if that interests you. But as we all know, this is definitely coming. That's why Bitcoin's on the rise. Institutions are getting into Bitcoin in a big way. So let's move to the next story here, shall we? This story here is on Wells Online. I thought this one was really interesting stats on this one. Expert warning as children invest in cryptocurrencies. It goes on to say, surprising numbers of children have invested in cryptocurrencies online as a way to secure their future, with nearly 1 in 4 aged between 13 and 16, either investing in them or planning to. The findings revealed in a report launched today by Internet Matters, which is urging parents to speak to their children about the risk of being targeted by scammers and calling the government to do more to address the dangers. The report shows that 8% of children have already invested in cryptocurrencies despite the risk of scams, whilst 15% of children are looking to invest. The top reason, 49% given, was to secure their financial future, worrying given the level of financial risk involved in trading cryptocurrency, especially against the backdrop of the cost of living crisis. 4 in 10 or 40% of those who've signed up to crypto would do said was to earn lots of money, whilst 38% saw it as the future of money. Nearly 1 in 10 children surveyed, which is 9%, have invested in non-fungible tokens or NFTs. There's more details on this. This is an amazing story with amazing stats. But for me, a person that's looking to the future of cryptos, and hopefully you yourselves, this just goes to show, children are savvy. They can see what's happening in the world. They can see that cryptos are the future, and a lot of them are amazingly investing already. How they're getting the income, I do not know, but that's amazing stats out there. So with this, we're going to now move to some video news. Now, my first piece of video news here I have is on Coin Bureau. Again, a great channel. I recommend you subscribe to these guys. They put out great content. This goes on for 16 minutes, and the title is Bitcoin Buying Frenzy, and here's what the institutions are doing. My next piece of news here is Crypto World. This is CNBC television that does this. It goes on for 9 minutes. It talks about Bitcoin crossing the $31,000 mark. Galaxy Digital CIO shares crypto outlook for Q3. Great information. Subscribe to that. It's interesting content. My third piece of content here is on Altcoin Daily. Another great one. This goes on for 9 minutes, and it's a price prediction from a billionaire, essentially saying that he thinks that Bitcoin is very soon, by 2025, going to reach 250k each. So I recommend you have a look at that one as well. Very interesting stuff there. As with all the stuff here, all the links are down below. Please click those links and subscribe and the like button. That helps us in a big way. Any questions or comments or anything you want to know about, also add them to the comments below, and we'll try to find that information for you. Okay, so that's it for the news this week. Be safe out there. Do your research. It's interesting times. Have a great week ahead. Namaste.